Good evening, everyone. Hi, this is Rahul, your Filmy Banya, and a very, very happy New Year and Merry Christmas, belated season's greetings to all my listeners and my readers on my blog and my newspaper column. And just wanted to wish you a great and a happy New Year 2020 up ahead. And would like to put this podcast on The Mandalorian. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, The Mandalorian. Mandalorian was set up as Disney Plus's tentpole show about the Star Wars universe. And I spoke about it earlier as well in my podcast that this is something which is going to be something very, very defining when it comes to the programming of Disney and its battle up against Netflix. And I thought I would do a review of The Mandalorian once I've seen the entire episodes. I've seen all the 8 episodes of Mandalorian. And what happens is that, you cannot just review one episode and then just wait for the 7 to come out. And then you have to remember that Star Wars as a universe, as of today, is so convoluted. It has... just think about it. They have The Rise of Skywalker, which is a full movie coming up. Then there is already the Star Wars fan base is going crazy over, Galaxy's Edge, the new theme park, which is opened up at the Disneyland in California in the US. And you also have this TV show which is going called The Mandalorian. So it's really very tough to pick out something unique in the Star Wars universe because everything, seems so repetitive. But when it comes to The Mandalorian, I'm very, very happy to suggest that this is phenomenal. I mean, this is something really unexpected. I mean, Disney took the services of Jon Favreau, their favorite director, who made The Jungle Book, Lion King, and all the Iron Man movies, to come and helm the show. So what is different about this show other than the other Star Wars projects? So first of all, it doesn't really show any of the old characters in the show. Everybody is a brand new character, including the main Mandalorian, played by Pedro Pascal. You don't get to see his face in all the 8 episodes. Maybe not. Yeah, you need to see the show for that. And the show is basically about the bounty hunter Mandalorian community, which is working in the Star Wars universe, who are basically bounty hunters and who basically kill and capture for hire. And the show also features a stellar cast, including film legend Werner Herzog. You have Nick Nolte in a special appearance. You have Carl Weathers of Predator series and Apollo Creed as one of the supporting actors, and a host of other supporting actors who have been doing some phenomenal job. And the most amazing part about Mandalorian is that although it stems from the universe of Star Wars, it comes with a breath of fresh air. And that fresh air is Baby Yoda. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's the kid. That's the Yoda looking like 1-year-old, maybe less than 1-year-old kid who is basically all over the show, all over the internet, and all over the world in popular culture. And it's the relationship between a ruthless bounty hunter and this alien child which is at the center of this entire show. So when one looks at it from the story perspective, the Mandalorian finds Baby Yoda at one of the installations somewhere on a distant planet, and he's basically given the job to do the bounty hunting for this little baby. But he goes against his guild, the Guild of Assassins and the Guild of Bounty Hunters, and he rescues the baby because he doesn't want anything wrong to happen to the baby. Now, the demand for this baby has been given by somebody called the Client. The Client is the name of Werner Herzog in the show. And they feel that they can harness his energy, and which you can see across the entire show is basically the same energy what Yoda exuded of the Force and a number of other things. There are maybe, it's something very, very interesting what Favreau did. He just picked up a small concept. He created a little world of innocence and toddlers and loving kids and all in the middle of this massive dark side, the Imperial Senate and all these ultra-violent characters. They give a breath of fresh life through Baby Yoda. And I think Baby Yoda looks really amazing. He has a very, 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 very stunning presence, and he does inspire you even though he's CGI generated. And I think what Favreau has done in the show is that he brought out something really, really striking, which is actually was given by Star Wars initially when George Lucas used to direct us, that their lead character doesn't falter from his principles, and that's what the Mandalorian does. Like, one of the few things which one can take out without giving much spoilers is that he never removes his helmet. Yes, and in all the 8 episodes, he never removes his helmet. We know it's Pedro Pascal, but Pedro is already having a hell of a year with Wonder Woman 84 coming out soon. But in this show, I got to see a very different side of him, wherein he's madly in awe and in love with this little child. And initially, he thinks that it's his enemy because he is, the bounty which he's after. But that little kid makes one hell of a difference in his life, and he goes through various episodes, through various planets, various missions, and at the end of the day, he might be doing whatever he wants, but at the end of the episode, it's about the child. The child has to be saved. He's not to be given to the villains and the people who are trying to grab him. And it's this beautiful story and this relentless pursuit of keeping Baby Yoda safe in all these episodes, which really, steal your imagination. Now, we have never seen something like this ever in any Star Wars movie or in any content pieces. But if you see, the most important part about Mandalorian is from production standpoint, is that it includes a brand new, team of people. It has Jon Favreau as a developer. It has Taika Waititi, Bryce Dallas Howard. Never knew she can direct. Deborah Chow, Dave Filoni, and Rick Famuyiwa. And it's the best part is the music. You don't really get to hear the music of John Williams. This is the only movie, the only TV show or movie which doesn't have John Williams' the Star Wars music. And I think that's quite interesting. It has one of the highest ratings and viewership for Disney Plus. And of course, the composer for the music in the show is Ludwig Göransson, the man who's known for doing, Creed 1, 2, and Venom, and also Black Panther. So we have a very, very illustrious team of people pushing up the show. And at the end of the show, there is, of course, the pitch for the second season. And there is a surprise appearance at the very end of the show by Giancarlo Esposito. Giancarlo is the man who played the main villain of Breaking Bad, Gustavo Fringe. And I think it's a very, very interesting movie. It's a very, very interesting TV show. And Mandalorian never disappointed me by a single bit. It created a world of its own, which is totally absolved of the Jedis. Well, not totally absolved of the Jedis, but there is no Skywalker, there is no Vader, there is no Kylo Ren, nothing. And I think that's something which is really central to this entire idea. And I think The Mandalorian is worth a view. It's something which will stay with you. And you will never, ever, ever lose track of Baby Yoda. Many thanks for listening. This is Rahul, your filmy Bania, and I hope to see you in the coming year, in 2020. Once again, season's greetings, Merry Christmas, and a very Happy New Year. Thank you.